Welcome back to ML Gamers, and we're almost at the end of this mini divine event. It's been going on. While I completed the castle event pretty easily, I got a duplicate Hermes and also got stone totem and a badge, but I still have not gotten Royal Warden, and I have not gotten Chronozeus, and I opened around 442 chests, which is, well, I know now that I'm not gonna get the main dragon Chronozeus, but I'll at least grind enough till I can get Royal Warden. I only need 14 more pieces, so it shouldn't be that hard. There is one thing though I do want to talk about, which I haven't really elaborated much on, like how do I do my new dungeons now, especially with this current team. And right now the team is kind of in a delicate position, and that's because of these two dragons. One is Scully, who is 66 6-star epic witchcraft and daredevil. He's kind of a bit stronger than my main dragon Freya, who is 67 4 stars with wonder acceptance epic sigils. And the third highest dragon is Crumbly with level 87 stars. The problem obviously is that because of these two dragons, my entire dungeon scaling is kinda iffy. Also, my castle events and any element restriction battles, I've been struggling a bit, but I'm able to complete them barely, so I guess it's fine. This is my last goal now in this game, is to get to level 100 team and to breed Sandshade Dragon, which will take more time because I think I have like enough enchantment materials for Scully. I also have a level 50 Orca, 5-star enchanted already, so it should be pretty easy. Now, of course, the Tyrant event is starting next month, and I guess I'm gonna make a different video for that topic later. But a lot of people are asking how I was actually doing the dungeons, and now that you guys have seen my main team, it goes like this. And I do have a Tyrant, that is Prisma, at level 64 4-star with wonder acceptance. And yeah, I guess I can show you guys how I exactly do my dungeons now. I dropped some dragons that I used to have before. So this is Horror. He used to be one of my main dragons, but now because I unequipped the sigils, he's no longer there in my top 12. Then the Agave dragon. Agave is like pretty cute, and I could have used him, but I already have like other dragons, so I never really used him. Longwang Dragon, he was my first divine ever, and he was pretty memorable divine, but I don't really need him anymore. As for my other teams, well, apart from Bottomless, Salter, and Humala, the rest of them have epic sigils, and that's what matters. It's Freya and Roja, Poker, and Prisma. So people were asking how exactly do I do the dungeons nowadays, and I wouldn't say my dungeons are amazing, but I will give it a bit try, mainly because a lot of people are asking me how I do at high chaos. Of course, my current dungeon skill, this is always so ridiculous. People grind really hard, and honestly, I didn't feel like it was worth the grind. I just reached the 1250 KO boost, and I got like 21 pink chests open, so I can grind some, I guess. So I already started my dungeon brawl, and it's always going to be the same task, isn't it? subdue right off the bat. So I'm just going to do some little tasks. So I can do a task, so I can just easily do that. Now I have lots of big attack tasks. So the best opportunity right now would be to attack them. So this is a good way to kind of get your tasks done. Pretty easy. Just do this 2 and then do another 2. It's pretty wonky. The music is kind of distracting, not gonna lie. I do get annoyed. The sound probably a bit lower. And okay, so I can either do 2 hits or I can just, yeah, probably better, isn't it? And Drake is an annoying dragon, so I'll get rid of him. Every time you see subdued dragons, try to get rid of them. Why? Because if you don't have Blast on, you might regret it. Subdue can ruin your run at any point of time, depending on different scenarios, of course, but be aware of that. Be wary of that fact. Now, of course, when you're trying to do dungeons, the most important thing is doing tasks. I have this very bad habit of constantly looking up. Like, I can count like how many big tasks I do, but I still keep looking. It's not that bad, but okay, so I can do 3 more big attack tasks, and I will do that. So that's 1. That's 2. Of course, I can only do 1 more. That should be Wick Attack Task 3. And the next task is do 6 Wick Attack kills, which is not one of my most favorite tasks, considering there is no fire or light dragon this week. It's all plant, earth, and a few fire and light, I guess. Prisma could have probably made it easier, but this is what I say, like, it's pretty subjective on how it works. I mean, I can do it pretty easily. So, and I did it pretty easily. So you can clearly see there are 2 dragons with, fire. Sorry, one is energy, one is fire. So I can either, I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to kill them and complete the task. So I got to 2013 points pretty easily. And the most important thing that you have to remember is do not let your dragons die easily. Like, keep your blast on if it's needed. Just don't skip it, because sometimes you may think, oh, you don't need to bless, and then the dragon just fires up, and now here I will intentionally let Verdrake die, and then I'm gonna summon Prisma. So that was lucky. I completely forgot that that dragon existed just there. But this is what I'm gonna do now. So you can probably notice what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna apply the Tyrant buff to this dragon over here. And why am I doing that? It's because I'm gonna use him now a bit for tasks. I can use Dainty for Void and Freya's Water for the weak attack tasks. The reason why is because I want to use the shield on those two because they have epic acceptance, so the shield gets further boost, whereas Tyrant boost is barely enough for the prairie dragon to survive. A lot of people do get confused about dungeons, like, do you really need every possible element to do? And for sure it does help covering as many elements as possible, but when you move to divine and ancient teams, or to use a team of ancient divines, for example, like I have Roger and Zolto in my team. Zolto I can't really use as much nowadays because of the epic sigil upgrade, but what I did notice is that I don't really need as many elements anymore. I can still use Prairie for the early dungeons, and by early dungeons I mean like 40-50 KOs probably. I would say 40 KOs, but hey. So one is a zap and the other one is a burst. So this is interesting. Now what is interesting is that I can do a lot of normal attack tasks using Fire and Prisma. So I'll just continue. But I'd rather do something like Tyrant buff AoE, Tyrant buff AoE. Because even though target of opportunity lasts for 3 turns, I would rather not take a risk. So 3 more, so it should be easy, right? Should be pretty easy. And I accidentally killed the dragon. That just felt kinda oopsie. Oops, I almost died. So what I can do is obviously kill some of these dragons, but I'm not gonna do that because I'll try to get Warden as a weak attack kill by using Freya's Water. It's pretty easy. This one I'm not gonna bother, so I'll just do that task. So did some tasks, which is pretty interesting, I guess. That's one shoulder. Pretty easy. Okay, that is actually fantastic, right? So can I get the kills? So the reason why I did that is I don't know. I can't one-shot it, so I will use my Dragon Fury. Dragon Fury alone won't one-shot him, so I have to finish him, get this stupid task done, and do I get some free hits? Yes, I did. So you guys can probably see a pattern here. I'm trying to die. Like, I'm trying to kill Prairie here because that is more advantageous to me. It's interesting that this little changed. Oops. That almost killed me, right? That almost killed me. Damn. It's just insane how Prairie doesn't die, and I want him to die. I want him to die so bad. Oh my god. Okay, that kind of makes me feel better. So now I'm gonna summon Poker. It's fun that the Tyrant buff attracts attacks towards itself, so if the dragon doesn't have AoE, you're safe. Because of epic sigils, I can just one-shot it. Pretty easy, right? Now, a lot of times people do ask me, like, why does your Poker have enchantment mirror and not mass leech? Well, because of epic sigils, I think it's so much easier to just, not really depend on mass leech anymore. Mass leech is good, but because I have enchantment mirror on Poker and I have the Tyrant target of opportunity skill and also the dark ritual skill, that's the reason why I'm able to instantly debuff shields and everything, which is exactly why I've been like, so that's an easy kill. Anywhere I touch, it's like, so annoying. Oof. It seems I may have accidentally made a mistake. So this is gonna be it. Now if I hit it, all good. If I don't, all bad. And there we go. There we go. So, is it over? No, it's not over. Wow. Okay. So I use Ash's plant on itself, and it changes nothing really. I really love this skill. I really love Tyrant attack boost because you can do so many things with it. It's one of the best skills I've seen. Now this is gonna get some more kills. Just gonna see what it really does. That's insane. That was insane. Now This brawl has been a bit slower than I would normally do, but I guess it's necessary to show you the demonstration for this. Okay, so this is the problem, right? These guys are having very strong shields, these 3 dragons. So what you can do is keep continuing your late shield pattern and weaken either one. I would say go after a dragon which doesn't have dazzling aura. Now this one has dazzling aura, so you might get stunned. This one has dazzling aura too, unfortunately, and so does Turf Dragon doesn't have dazzling aura. So I would say go after that one because it's pretty safe. And also don't forget to apply your Tyrant buffs because yes. So in case you do get dazzled, you can always, not worry about it because of the late shield of poker. And that is how I really do dungeon nowadays. Like, I do not have mass leech most of the times, unless I bring in Roja out, which is not the most ideal dragon for tasks with this current combination. And yeah, just, get rid of it. So this is what I wanted. I wanted to summon a poison dragon. Why do I need a poison dragon? It's because poison dragon's poison can be thrown back at enemies using enchantment mirror, and I'm probably gonna show right now how it does work. So I keep doing this, which allows me to not worry too much, so I can continue, and I did that. It's pretty easy, right? So now I'm kind of in a problem because of the dazzling aura mist. So I can use this on Actoneer back. Hopefully that does good damage. It doesn't. Not that it matters, but always wary of dragons with light. So here's where your late shield is very essential, because the next dragons would be a set of legendaries that have light, and I can say you do not want to face light of all elements. Light sucks. The damage that light does is insane, and you just do not want light to be your main issue. Okay, so I can throw this back and get 3 points. So this dragon is annoying. It's really annoying. And I got rid of Turf. Interesting, right? Now watch out for Mr. Go Green. He will have pretty strong DOT. But really the DOT that I care for is Go Greens. Ooh, that is pretty close, isn't it? Now this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna see how much damage is that. This is why I love this combo so much, because I can just kill everyone instantly with no regrets. Easy, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Uh, and that's really helpful, isn't it? Like getting all these tasks done. And of course, I'm kind of going out of my region, ignoring to use my leech shield, but all is well, I guess. Okay, so now the biggest issue would be these guys. So I can reach 3,000 stepping stones, so I can just end my run here. But I will like to show how powerful this truly is. Like, that's the amount of damage I'm dealing right now. That is the amount of damage. And now I can't really think of lead shield. Or can I? I can. The reason why I'm going to do lead shield is because this dragon has insane damage. Look at that, 47.3 billion. And because of my, bless on, I'm not really gonna die one hit, but damn, you're gonna not expect how much damage this does. That's how strong it is. And so all you have to do is keep using Tyrant buff on, and your runs don't really end. Like, it's that cool. It is that cool. So that does one shot. And now this one can potentially end your run, and this is a subdue dragon. All you have to do is throw a subdue back. And not let him. Yeah, that is the perfect condition you would want. So that went actually perfect, because if I got hit by subdue, my run could have ended. I said could because it really depends on how bad the subdue is. The insane amount of DOT spam is just it is pretty interesting in how exactly the whole mechanics work. That's how powerful the spam is. Wow. It is a massive amount of infection damage, and there comes subdue. The reason why I'm gonna survive this is because I'm pretty lucky. I'm very lucky. And another subdue wave. I really hate the subdue because it just is so brutal, and it's just so random. Like, all the things that can end your run, like burnout and such, it's subdue that just ruins everything. That's why I do not like it. I don't like killing dragons like that. I'm missing a lot of stepping stones as well. But like, what do you expect me to do? Now these are all non-DOT dragons, so I can just keep on doing this all day, all night. It's pretty easy. Okay, now this is where it gets tricky. Very tricky. So I'm just gonna use leech shield, and I'll show you why I'm really taking this very seriously, because this guy has 91.1 billion damage, and the infection can one-shot me, if I didn't have Tyrant boost on. And a lot of people take it for granted for some reason, but yeah, I can have my whole dungeon running it. He missed that. It's very gracious. Starch Dragon. So that barely survives. I honestly don't know how I survive it. Wow. Wow. The damage is insanely OP. I just cannot like even mention how bad that was. Needhawk. Now that's another legendary. Plant legendary. I do not like plant legendary, as you can obviously see. So of course he's gonna do that, and what I'm gonna do is a lot of people don't know how good the enchantment mirror skill is. So Needhawk just used the legendary skill Heroic Duel, which normally, if you know, as you can see, if it takes extra damage when it deals direct damage to them. But now I'm gonna use the reverse. So anyone hitting me, they're dying. I love it. It is such a good. Okay, so this one has subdue, and my run can probably end. Or I should say, it will end because it's subdue, and subdue just is one of the worst sigils. I'm kind of surprised that I didn't die. Am I supposed to be really surprised because of that? Interesting that it didn't die. Okay. He should get one-shotted, and he did, and he does. Yes. So I'm just trying to show how far I can go with just these guys. I can just stop the dungeon run right now because there is no point now in going further than anything. So I can either throw this back, or I can do nothing. So one of the most interesting things is this guy has 117 billion damage. So this is where the shield comes really, really, really important, because if you don't have the shield, you can't. And actually, if you notice, just now, I didn't have some good. I couldn't fully heal my poker right now because, well, that is interesting, but why are all these dragons so strong though? Like, maybe because some things are too strong. Wow, I actually almost ruined this whole one. This is interesting. course I'm gonna get one shorter just because of some random. Oh, okay. Damn, that is aggressive. That is very aggressive. $141 billion. 141 billion is crazy to me personally, but that took up all of the Tyrant buff. Damn. Even the shield is not good enough. Oh, it barely survives. It barely survives. This is pretty insane. But I'm gonna get rid of it just because it's too strong. And that's another strong dragon. So my run is probably gonna come to an end now. Anytime soon. There's no chance I'm gonna survive this. Oh, there's another monstrosity. Okay, it's not a monstrosity. But damn. What was that? The damage was significant. And all this time, I only used my, the typical dragons that I use. I'm just stoked at how I managed to do well so far. Like, how? This is insane. Am I the only one who thinks this is actually insane? Because rare sigils, because of the rare sigils, obviously I can no longer do much. Well, also kind of helps in that. Hattie's barely. I'm barely hanging on to it, and I don't know how many KOs have I got it into. That is 83 KOs with a messed up dungeon team. I'm pretty proud of myself for this. Of course I was not going to survive, but of course there was no chance. And probably gonna die. I wish I could kill someone. I can't, so that's like the end of my run. 83 kills and almost 3,300 stepping stones. That took almost 30 minutes, I think. Which is, I guess that's fine. I will see if I can get some drops now. The game do be annoying sometimes, but so I'm getting 3 pieces, so that's 89 Royal Warden pieces. I'm pretty close. I need more. Yes, 93. Currently this is impossible, so I'm just hoping to get like, so that's 466 pieces. Sorry, divine chests that I opened, and I can open more. So if I open 10 of them, not a single Royal Warden. $97. So that is 24 extra tickets opened, which is close to 500 chests, and I still need more, so I'm just gonna do more dungeon runs later. Yeah, I think you guys probably get a good idea of how the dungeon runs work now with the Tyrants. I forgot to take the tickets there. And I'm gonna make a different video regarding the Tyrant event that is upcoming in the next week. So until then, I guess this is it. I'll probably get Roll Ward in the next hour. So see you later, folks.